And if you saw the thumbnail, right? Let me show you something. Right here, this is when Trayvon Lane was texting uh Pork Butt, Reggie Wright Jr.'s partner, right? Because they was beefing going at it, right? And look what he say at the bottom of the screen, right? In the text. John, you heard of Cinderella Dana Dane? It's really Cinderfella Dana Dane. The BMW turned into a pumpkin at 12 o'clock, right? That is allegedly, I'm going to say, that is a threat to Reggie, right? Let him know, nigga, the jig is up, nigga. If you know the story of Cinderella, when the royal coach when the royal coach turns back into a pumpkin, that means that Cinderella is back to reality. The story of Cinderella, if you don't know, is she meet a fairy godmother. When she meet the fairy godmother grant her a wish to go on a date with a prince, and she get to go to the ball and have all this dream worthy stuff. But she tells Cinderella, you gotta be home by 12 o'clock because everything's gonna go back to the truth. Everything's gonna go back to normal. The royal coach is gonna turn back to a pumpkin. Your fabulous dress is gonna be back to rags. Your glass slipper is gonna be a regular shoe again, right? So when he sent Reggie's partner this text, because they was going back and forth at it, right? This dumb nigga posted it. So of course, you know I'm gonna grab it, right? So when he's telling Reggie, yo, John, you heard of Cinderella Dana Dane? The BMW turned into a pumpkin at 12 o'clock. That's from Trayvon Lane. What do you think he's saying to about that? What do you think he's insinuating? And why would he be joking about that? And this is when Reggie got on the internet and said that Trayvon was is originally a Long Beach Crip. He even said it again last week. I keep telling y'all, them niggas at the Lakewood Mall, the chain never got took. K Dub tells y'all in the interview, the chain never got took. The chain never went nowhere. So how could Trayvon go up to Pac and say, yo, that's the nigga that took my chain when the chain never got took? Let that marinate on your brain. If the chain never got took, and that nigga still got his death row chain to today, right? Why would he be telling Tupac, yo, that's the nigga that took my chain? Now, if you go to my Instagram at Real Choke No Joke, I put a montage together of K-Dub saying the fight at the Lakewood Mall was not about no death row bounty. They didn't know nothing about no death row. I mean, no bad boy bounty on death row chains. The fight wasn't over that. The fight was over Orlando Anderson being a Long Beach Crip, Trevon being a Long Beach Crip, and they both moved to Compton. One moved to the south side, one moved to I guess the west. I'm not sure. I think that's where the Pyrus is from, right? Or whatever part of Compton Trayvon moved in. He went from being a Crip to a Blood or a Pyru. When they seen each other at the mall, it was about that. Set tripping. Nigga, you was blue, now you red. It wasn't, oh, yo, this nigga got on the death row chain. Yo, let's get that money. Diddy said he gonna give us 10,000. No, nigga, that's a lie. Frank could tell you that it's a lie because Reggie told him to use that as an alibi. That's documented. Reggie sat there and said he told him to say that just so in case Tupac got arrested, they had an alibi. So he wouldn't get violated. Trayvon never lost the chain. So how could he be telling Tupac, yo, that's the dude that took my chain? And then you got the dumb niggas talking about, well, if Suge was involved in it, why would he be in the car? Let me ask you something. And I ain't saying Suge is or wasn't, right? It was 4 people in the car when Biggie got shot. Who else got shot besides Biggie? So you think that these dudes are amateurs or these dudes professionals? Or a nigga ain't gonna get in the car if a nigga gonna get shot. If a nigga gonna, you think a nigga gonna be in the car, somebody gonna kill somebody in the car? Wasn't Alpo in the car when Big Head Gary shot Rich Porter? Did Alpo get hit? When Kennedy got assassinated, did anybody else get hit in that car? Then you got the people say Suge got shot in the head. But the hospital report and the people at the hospital said he got hit with glass. And if you think that Suge got hit in the head and got a bullet in his head to this day, you think they would have let him walk out the emergency room in a few hours, stitched up with a bullet in his head, not worried that the bullet may travel, move, anything? Some of y'all just like don't want to use your brain. Find somebody you know that got shot in the head and ask them, did they put a band-aid on that shit and send them on their way? And explain that. John, you heard of Cinderella Dana Dane? The BMW turned into a pumpkin at 12 o'clock. This whole thread is about him and Reggie arguing with each other. It's more other stuff to it. But I just wanted you to focus on that right there. Reggie said he didn't know Rafael Perez. But you see, he's trying to be quiet about it, right? To me, I take that as some type of threat. When a nigga get that quiet, ain't saying nothing, they scheming. He didn't know nothing about, he don't know Rafael Perez. He don't know David Mack. He don't know Kevin Gaines, which is all being proven to be a lie. Right? But let me show y'all something, right? D-Roc from Junior Mafia, unlike Gaddafi, rest in peace, did get a chance to see a six-pack. Right? And let me show you the statement from the six-pack that he saw. They showed D-Roc a six-pack, right? From the Peterson Museum. What did it say right there? Damian Butler, right? At 17:25 hours, Butler identified David Mack, frame number 3 of card number B, as being present at the Peterson Museum on the night Wallace was murdered. Stated, Butler stated, I'm sure this guy, number 3, was standing just outside the door to the museum as we were entering into the party. Right? But y'all want to sit there and believe lying ass Gray Caden and Reggie's story about Poochie. And y'all don't understand that they don't want to pay the Wallace family because if they find out that LAPD was involved, then they lose the lawsuit, right? So they show him a six-pack. D-Roc don't know who the hell David Mack is. They just showing him the picture. You see any of these guys? Yeah, this guy right here. I'm sure this guy, number 3, was standing just outside the door to the museum as we walked in, entering the party. What you think Gaddafi was going to see and say if he got a chance to look at a six-pack? Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence? And then you see the video footage and you see the pictures of Mack and Gaines in front of the Peterson that night. And Gaines is wearing the suit without the jacket, lost the jacket, but his shirt is buttoned up at the top, like he lost the bow tie and the jacket. Little C's give a description, and y'all listening to nigga Gene Deal, the nigga that ran the lights. Yo, kid, he run the next 3 lights. Who didn't see nobody pull up? But Little C's did. And y'all believe Gene Square over Little C's, the nigga that ran and left everybody and even tell nobody that he was going, what you call it? That he was going to run the lights? Something for y'all to think about. Nigga said, am I an agent? Nah, nigga, I just got good investigative skills. You could do the same thing. It's just called research. Yeah, C's was in the car with Big. He was sitting right behind him on the passenger side. Y'all got a lot to see in these months to come. You watch. These niggas is not quiet for no reason, right? Any other time, oh, nigga snitch joke and dit. Niggas quiet. And the reason why he's quiet, because there's a problem or scheming. Because the nigga ain't addressing nothing no more. Any other time, nigga come right on and address, he go live and address. Now it's crickets. Omar Bradley said Reggie was standing right there when Suge and goddamn Rafael Perez was standing right there when Suge and Omar Bradley had that fight. And Reggie was right there. But Reggie getting up here talking about he don't know him. And he don't know Kevin Gaines. And he don't know David Mack. And he from Compton. He don't know the nigga that dated Flojo. Who in Compton wouldn't know him? And his father was the police. And they, nigga, get the, you know, every gangbanger in the street and know their name, they AKAs and everything. But you wouldn't know somebody as popular as that or another law enforcement? Right, nigga. Making yourself look even more guilty. Choke no joke, you know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Catch y'all tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. 7 p.m. All right? Choke no joke. And remember, Reggie is the one that went on Vlad TV and said that allegedly what you call it, that Suge was the one uh responsible for Big and Russell